Welcome to the Mcintosh YouTube show. We're doing interviews here at the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, and to my left we have Emma Lahadny with Campbell's Nutrition, Carrie Anderson with MS Moments, Melinda Franker, she's an independent certified health coach, and we have Brooke Ben-Scooter with Vibration Plate Fitness. First of all, thank you all for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. And I guess, Brooke, my first question is for you. Tell us a little bit about Vibration Plate Fitness and how it works. It sounds very intriguing.
Okay, Great Vibrations is based on a platform that elite athletes, chiropractors, and physical therapists have been using for several years, and it has to do with the high megahertz vibration. So what we're doing is taking a platform that's vibrating at a high level and having people work out on that plate. So they're doing traditional exercises, but it's really ramping up the effect of that exercise. The nice part about it is that it is also accessible for people who have no ability to train. Maybe you're wheelchair bound, or you have an injury. So it works for all fitness levels, and it allows people to work out harder in less time.
Linda, you're an independent certified health coach. Tell us exactly what you do.
As an independent certified health coach, what I do is I provide guidance and support to people that are interested in making lifestyle changes. Many of the folks that are drawn to me are folks that have weight to lose. I would say 90% of my clients are looking to lose weight. But it goes beyond that. It's a lifestyle change. It's looking to make a better version of themselves. It's about giving them knowledge and a structure for them to consistently follow to make changes in their lives. The reward as a health coach is watching people see themselves get to a place they haven't been able to get, because it's not just moving the number on the scale. It's about the activity and the choices they make every day that inspires them as they move that number on the scale, and also gives them hope and the desire to continue. And once they get to a healthier weight, it just lifts their life. You know, they're just they're thriving. They move from thriving to surviving, or from surviving to thriving. Sorry, I said that wrong. And it's fun to watch people do that because you know, it's just simple changes, small changes. And so I coach one-on-one, and I coach people local, I coach people across the country. But that's, I'm very passionate about it because it literally has changed my life. And that's what I do as a certified health coach.
Carrie, MS Moments. I've been to many walks with you. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing in MS Moments.
Sure. MS Moments is a grassroots Iowa nonprofit. We pay for health club memberships, acupuncture, and medical massage for people in Iowa living with MS and their family members, their immediate family members. And what we're attempting to do, while Linda is talking about weight loss, we're more talking about your mental state, and she talked about that too. But you know, we're really saying, hey, it's going to the gym isn't necessarily about losing weight. Going to the gym is about being social, about getting out of your house and keeping moving. And when you have a chronic disease, a chronic condition of any kind, with that typically comes depression, and we're trying to keep people moving. And if they get in the pool and they ride a bike, if we get in a pool and we ride a bike, we also, that muscle memory is there, and we keep that body in motion stays in motion. And we're really proud that we just approved our 75th family that we've helped in Iowa in less than 4 years. And so we are making a difference right here in our community, and that's what we do.
Emma Campbell's Nutrition. Tell us a little bit, for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about Campbell's Nutrition.
Campbell's Nutrition is a locally owned health food store for 82 years now. I'm actually second generation at Campbell's Nutrition, so it's in my family. And I've been working there the past 2 years. And at Campbell's Nutrition, we pride ourselves in being local, and we want to be that pillar in the community that people go to for their health concerns if they want to go, the more natural route. And we properly vet our products, compared to what you buy online. You know, you don't know what you're buying or anywhere else, but we properly vet the companies that we carry and just to make sure that they're top quality for our customers.
I'm gonna throw this question out there for whoever wants to answer. It seems our theme this morning seems to be health, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical health. Why is this more important now than ever for people to be paying attention to whether it's their mental fitness, their physical fitness, or what's going on with their bodies? Okay, you can all answer. Who wants to go in first? Feel free.
I think one of the things that we're seeing is with how we're progressing as a society is that we're really overstimulated because of social media. I mean, we have lots of technology, and consequently, sometimes we're not listening to our bodies as much. So having people understand that we can do so much more today than we used to be able to. But that still puts a stress on our bodies. And physical activity, for sure, and how you eat and how you treat your body really impacts your quality of life. So I think what you find here is that we're a group of people that realize that working together, we can help people live the best life they can. Some people spend all their days in a car or sitting at a desk or all these different lifestyle changes that we've had because of how we now live. We're not out hunting for our food like we used to. So people have a totally different stress level on their body. And when your body isn't working properly, sometimes that impacts your mental health. And well, it always impacts your mental health. But one of the things we're seeing is people are being diagnosed more with mental illness. And it's been shown that systemically comes partially because we're not taking care of our bodies either. We're not active. We're not doing the things we used to do. So I think that's why you see people like us coming forward. How do we make the most out of what we have as each individual person? And how can you find a community or a tribe of people who can support you on your journey?
Anybody else can jump in on the fact that, it seems to be more important now than ever for people to pay attention to their physical, mental well-being, just with their bodies.
I'll jump in on that. Brooke is so correct. Our society has evolved into fast-paced. Everybody wants everything now, and the food industry has not been very helpful to us because they make things quick and easy and simple. And the reality is our bodies are a temple, and they are a gift. And I always say that the body that you have is the most expensive engine you'll ever own. And it also is the most priceless engine you'll ever own. And it is only going to function as well as you treat it and how you fuel it, how you give it sleep, and to reduce the stress of life. And I just, for our society, the obesity rate is 77% or higher throughout the United States. And that's no fault of anybody's. We've just evolved into that. So, it's about making options available for people and also giving and knowledge transfer. Because people don't know what they don't know, but people are interested. People are starting to pay attention now. But it's about giving them that knowledge and giving them a way for them to make some changes in their lives, if that's what they want to do. But I believe we've gotten where we've gotten because we've just evolved over that way. We've evolved this way. And we live in a fast-paced society, and people want a quick fix and they want it to happen now. And you know what? Our food industry makes it very easy for us because it's cheap out there. But that's not necessarily the way to go, And it's not just all about food, It's all about our sleep. It's all about our mental health. It's about feeling good about ourselves. So that's what I would say.
I think the fast-paced world is it. We're instant gratification. We want it. We want what we want. We want it now. And I think that we're busier than we've ever been. Our kids have schedules. We don't take time for ourselves, which is right what Linda's talking about is we need to take that hour every day that's for ourselves. And then we start taking that hour, but we also forget it. Then we want to do meal prep and all those things. And so we think we need it now, and we think we need it done for us rather than having to work for it. And I think that ultimately is where we are as a society, and we are a victim of our society. And we kind of that's the laws of evolution, right? We follow along and we go with the flow, and that's where it is. And I think Linda touched on it really well, is you got to want to make a change, and that's when they go to her is because they want to make a change in their life, whether that's mental, physical, food, it's all those things. And she's all around coach. She's here to talk. I mean, I really think her title should be life coach, because really, I mean, those are the things we need to think about if we're going to make changes. It's not just about our food. It's not just about our weight. It starts really, I think, with our mental state. Yep.
What do you think, Emma?
I would say in my line of work, the most common thing I see is that people will come in and they'll be like, oh, I don't have time to eat fruits and vegetables. I don't have time to eat healthy. And I guess my biggest thing is telling them, yes, you do have time. There are options. I can help you with those options. This is what you can do. That way you still get your fruits and veggies, and taking time to meditate or do yoga. I mean, everyone has a little bit of time, whether it's 5 minutes, an hour, but I think that everybody has the time.
So the majority of people you're seeing coming into Campbell's are not people who are necessarily looking for, the difference between one supplement or another, or one health food or another. People are misinformed about them being able to do this or make that change or make that part of their life.
Yeah, I would say that a majority of people probably don't even need to be on supplements if they were to eat right, eat the number of vegetables that's required right now in today's world. I believe it's 10 to 15 for the average adult servings of vegetables. So if they were to eat those 10 to 15 servings, then maybe they wouldn't have to take these supplements. But in today's society, like we've all talked about, it's fast paced, so we just take some supplements to get those vitamins in and then we're on our way instead of just eating the food.
Fueling our body with the right
Yes.
stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Carrie, MS Moments, what are some of the misconceptions that people have about multiple sclerosis?
Well, funny you should ask, Marcus. Today is World MS Day. MS is an invisible disease. I've been living with MS for the last 9 years, and I think that the misconception is when you see someone park in a handicapped stall that has MS, you're thinking they're probably using their grandpa's handicap sticker or someone else's, or they're misusing the system. They have no idea that when you go to Costco, I go to Costco. It costs $1.20 less for my gallon of milk. When you live with kids and a husband who drink milk, it's worth it, but it's also in the very back of the store. And that the fatigue that comes along with that, you can't see that, and I can feel it. And I've been going this morning since 5:45. Got my son to school. Went and did an interview this morning on Iowa Live to talk about MS World MS Day and talk about MS Moments, and then now I'm here, and I'm about done for the day. And you don't know that. I'm sitting here, I've got some makeup on.
You smile and look happy.
I always smile. You smile through it all, and the whole. Unfortunately, there's a lot of fake it till you make it, and some people view that as a bad thing. I don't. If I don't fake it till I make it, depression will take over, and I will become a hermit, and it will not be healthy for me or my family. So for me, this is how I cope, and this is how I get through the day. And we thought 5,000 Iowans living with MS, closer to 10,000 Iowans living with MS, and MS Moments is here to help them live their best lives.
Wow. Something I was told by a friend of mine who I work out with for a while, his son just turned 22 and just a few months ago was diagnosed with MS. And he tells me that's generally the age where the diagnosis is made in the early to mid-20s.
That is new.
That is new, okay.
I will tell you, it's actually typically known as an older person's disease.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I was diagnosed at 38. 38, yes, 38. And at the time, it was women, typically women. 74% of people that are diagnosed with MS are women. And it's usually between the ages of 30 to 50. And now we're seeing younger kids. I mean, I believe, I know a neurologist in town that's youngest patient is 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
So that is just changed, honestly. Even in the 9 years that I've been diagnosed, it has changed. I know Linda's probably, I think you've had MS longer than I have.
20 years.
So, I mean, she probably, her story, I mean, back when she was diagnosed, there were no medications for MS. You were put into a lottery, and if your name got drawn, you got medicine, beta-seron, and it was an injection you had to give yourself every single day. That was awful. The side effects are terrible. And, I mean, so when she was diagnosed, that there were no drugs. Today, there are now 16. So, you know, it's come a long ways. But, again, we're just seeing, I think, through data collection, kind of back to this whole, we got to know, we got to label everything, and we need to know. So we're trying to do studies, but we also, you talked about rural Iowa earlier, or any rural states. You talk about them. They don't necessarily know about the society. They may not know that about a neurologist. Again, back to health and wellness. They may not know that that's what they need to see. They may be just misdiagnosed or not diagnosed at all. So we don't know that they have MS, so we can't help them.
Linda, as an independent certified life or health coach, rather, you mentioned that you see a lot of people who feel like they need to lose weight. Are you seeing people who are coming to you as a last resort, or is that just a step in their process?
I think it's a combination of both, okay? So I do see people that will come to me as a last resort. You know, it's one specific client I'll talk about. I think she'd be talking like, I don't want to share her name. But, you know, she's battled it all of her life. She's done everything. She even had the gastric bypass surgery. And she had gained all of her weight back. And she promised herself that she wasn't going to spend another dime on it. You know, she promised herself. But then she's got grandchildren. And she wants to live a thriving life. She wants to, her and her husband are now retired, and she wants to feel good. She doesn't want her knees to hurt. She doesn't, and she's like, okay, I'm worth it. I'm gonna do this, you know. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey for her. But and it really is not so much about, again, moving that number on the scale. That's what people really come. That's how they start. But it's all here. It's a mental thing, you know. And when people start doing things for themselves on a consistent basis, then they start realizing, I can do this. And when that number moves on that scale, then it's like, that just is the rush that they get, and it's like, oh, I can do this, and this is simple, and I'm fueling my body on a regular basis, and I've got energy, and I'm getting lighter, and I'm lighter on my feet, and I have more energy. I can go for a walk with my husband. I mean, it's thrilling to watch people get their lives back.
Is that the most difficult breakthrough, the breakthrough up here?
Yes, it is the breakthrough, because everybody wants a quick fix, just like I talk to people. Everybody wants, you know, they've got a wedding to go to, they're going on vacation to the Bahamas, you know, they want to look their best. Okay, now what? You know, so what I coach to is, you know, doing something that's going to give you sustainable health long term, and it all starts up here. And typically what happens is they go after that number on the scale, but then there's a mind shift. And that's what's fun to watch, is the mind shift, because they start believing in themselves, and they start actually putting the action into it, and it takes time, just like she talked about. You know, people are looking for that quick fix. They want that supplement, you know, because they don't want to eat vegetable. You know, when people I've got this gal right now that says, I'm eating more vegetables now, I'm going to tell you than I ever before. And it's good. You know, that's a win. You know, I mean, that is a win, because it's opening up her life. You know, it's opening up options for her that she can apply to her life long term.
And when we see these commercials where it's, you know, take this pill, lose 20 pounds, every day you lose 20 pounds in a month. Do you get people who see those commercials and come to the campus and say, I saw this on TV, it's guaranteed to help me lose weight. What do you have that is similar, or do you have that? And what do you tell those people?
Every day.
Really?
Every day.
Oh, wow.
Like, I saw this on Shark Tank, and it said that it would make me lose,
This drink, you put lemon and water and honey, and you drink it every night. And
And they're like, I'll lose 20 pounds. And I go, well, you know, you've got to change your diet along with that, and you've got to exercise. No, it said that I can just take this pill and I don't have to work out. I can just this. I go, well, it's kind of a lifestyle change. You've got to take the pill and then gradually, you know, work out, maybe eat some vegetables here and there, maybe cut out the candy and the sugar, and then you'll get those results. But they don't tell you that on TV.
Of course not. Brooke, are there any misconceptions about the vibration plate workouts and the vibration plate therapy sessions? What do people come in thinking, and what do they leave?
Well, a lot of people who come in, it's funny because they think of, I don't know if you remember, but there used to be this machine that you put a band around your
Yes, and
waist
it
and
just
it would
shakes.
shake you.
I
And that
remember
was, yeah, well, that isn't what this is at all. It's based on science, and it's been around, actually it's been used by NASA to help astronauts whose muscles atrophy when they're in outer space because they're not doing any weight bearing exercise. So that's where the technology came from. Personally, the way I got into it was I broke an ankle about 18 months ago, and I used the vibration plate to help with my healing because I had read some things about the blood flow and what vibration training does. And so there's a whole lot more than just working out. A lot of people use vibration plate training for relaxation, meditation. We even have people who use it for yoga at a very low rate. So it enhances whatever activity. Our goal at Great Vibrations, though, is to help people who are at a place where they know they have to do something. They've either got some kind of chronic illness or disease diagnosis, or they've been injured and they can't go back to the gym that they've always gone to for that reason. Helping people with maintaining that muscle, and the vibration plate also helps with lymphatic system drainage. So a lot of people have seen very successful results for like things like diabetes, where they've lowered their A1C because they've actually taken part in a workout on the vibration plate. We like to help people where they are with whatever issues they have. I think that's what makes us different. We're small. We call Urbandale home. We are not a big box. We're not a chain. So we try to meet each person where they are. And then we also call upon people like Linda and Emma to kind of create a tribe for people. We send people to Campbell's Nutrition if we sense that there's something that they could benefit from. So what we're trying to do is help people understand that there isn't really a quick fix, number one, but you need to find the right fit. Not every gym is right for every person. And I think that's the misconception. We're bombarded on TV, social media, all the time. This is the answer. Each person has to make their own journey and find their own answer. There is no one size fits all when it comes to taking care of your health.
All right, good, thank you. We're taking a quick break. We're back with more on the Marcus McIntosh YouTube show in just a minute. Welcome back to the Marcus McIntosh YouTube show. We're here with Brooke Benscooter. She is with Great Vibration Fitness. We also have Linda Franker, independent certified health coach, Carrie Anderson with MS Moments, and Emma Lahadney with Campbell's Nutrition. I'm going to throw this first question out to anyone who wants to answer it. Since we're talking health, well-being, mental health, physical health, the hardest thing is breaking those bad habits. My worst habit is, although I do try to exercise 4 or 5 days a week, I try to get my vegetables in, I try to eat healthy for the most part, but I cannot stop drinking Coca-Cola. I was off for 2 months at the beginning of the year, then something happened where I smelled a steak or I had some barbecued ribs. I'm like, okay, I can just have a little bit of Coke and I'll be fine, but no, I'm back to what it's basically, and this is bad, a 2-liter Coca-Cola a day. How do I break, or how does anyone break those bad habits? Carrie's looking like, oh my goodness.
That is a lot of
She's
pop.
surprised I'm still
Actually,
alive.
that is a lot of sugar.
It is, and
Right. We're addicted to sugar. We are.
I don't know how to break that. That's my one bad habit. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I get a fair amount of rest, but it's that Coca-Cola that just keeps calling my name. Who can tell me how to break that habit? I want everyone to shoot in
Linda,
there.
Emma, come on, you guys got this.
Okay, so I'll tack it
Emma's
first.
looking
and
like,
then Emma.
oh,
Okay.
oh,
So the
Cola,
first,
maybe?
okay. So, I applaud you for admitting that, okay? So a lot of folks struggle with admitting it. I had a client come to me once, she was drinking a 6-pack of Pepsi a day, you know? So it really boils down to, first of all, do you want to change? Okay? That's what you need to ask yourself.
I'd like to have tried.
Okay, so then the next thing is, life's not about, and I use this analogy, and I've never been in a submarine, but I use this analogy. It's like turning a submarine. You can't turn it on a dime, because when you take that completely away from yourself, and think you're going to power through that, it's going to come back to you, So what I would do is that 2 liter that you're drinking on a daily basis, start drinking 3/4 of it.
But here's the thing, when I go into the store,
Uh-huh.
I want to get either the can or the smaller one.
Uh-huh.
But it's like the can's 90 cents, the smaller one's like $1.29, but the 2 liter is $2.10. I'm like, well, if I buy this, I'm saving money.
Okay,
So
so,
I'm trying to rationalize, trying to stop, but I
Sure,
rationalize,
sure.
well, it's saving money if I buy this big one.
yeah, the food industry's got you. They got you on the
Yes,
hook.
there you go.
Okay, so, yeah, you're saving money, but how important is your body? Is your
I
body
think it's very
worth?
important.
So what I would suggest doing, I get it on the saving on the money, but purchase one size smaller and hold yourself accountable to that. And as you do that for 5 days, 7 days, okay, you need to be proud of yourself that you did that. Okay, when you go into week 2, purchase the next size smaller. And ultimately what you'll find then is that use it as a treat. If you can get yourself down to, okay, now I'm purchasing the smallest size, I'm not having it every day, I'm gonna have it every other day, because that's my treat. Okay, now I'm gonna take it from every other day to 3 times a week. And eventually migrate it down. That's the idea, to migrate it down. And then get on the mindset to go, you know what, this is gonna be a treat that I'm gonna allow myself, and maybe that's a once a week treat, But, as much as I hate to encourage Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke because of the artificial sweeteners in it, you're gonna be better off doing that than putting all that sugar. There's 8 teaspoons of sugar, I believe, in 12 ounces of Coke.
You drink a lot more than 12.
And
Right.
to augment what Linda's saying, replace it with something else you enjoy.
Right,
So it's not always a takeaway.
right.
What is it that you can drink that you would enjoy, or do something that you would enjoy?
So let me get on my bandwagon here on water.
Yeah.
I try to drink more water.
Okay, you try to drink more water, okay? So do you know how much water you're drinking on a daily basis?
Oh, I have a water bottle at work that I fill up at least 3 times a day to drink that. It's probably about.
Okay, so that's great, that's great. What I would do, just like Brooke says, whereas you're reducing, trade it off for something, if that's water, or if it's something that is water that's got some flavor, okay, but just trade it off. But ultimately, what you want to do, you need to decide what's your ultimate goal, right? And when you decide what that ultimate goal is, and then use that, when you get to that ultimate goal, use it as a treat, every now and then, so it doesn't have that hook on you,
Look, Emma, I come into Campbell Nutrition. I see you, I'm drinking a 2 liter coffee a day. Can you help me? What can you do for some of the other things? We're just addicted and just can't seem to break that.
I see people like that a lot. I actually had a lady come in, she was drinking 12 Diet Cokes a day, and she cut off cold turkey. She said that the world didn't seem as bright. Is what her exact quote was to me. And she was shaking. I mean, she was a mess. And so we actually sell pop alternatives that are natural, made from a plant, sugar from plant, and it's called stevia. And they make pop alternatives like they have a mountain Zevia, so Mountain Dew, cola. So they actually have alternatives that are 0 sugar, 0 calorie, and so I try to get people on those, and those are actually a little bit pricier, a 6-pack. So what happens is then they savor that 6-pack. It's like, oh, this was expensive, so compared to Coca-Cola. So they'll just have one. But actually, if you cut off from the real thing and then drink this Zevia, it tastes, I haven't had pop in a long time, but this Zevia is what I remember pop. Mountain Zevia, I'm like, this tastes like a Mountain Dew, but I haven't had a Mountain Dew in years, so, that's what I drink. And so that's what a lot of our customers will do.
I appreciate you both trying to help me get back on topic.
You need to keep us updated on your journey, please.
Yes.
I really,
Maybe I'll start a blog.
I think you
I'll
should.
do something like that.
Sugar addiction, got it.
Yeah, it's all about behavior.
And I want to ask you all because, Emma, you are second generation in Campbell's Nutrition, and, you're all doing something that seems like it really means something to you personally. Talk about why it's important to kind of have stake in what you do, to love what you do, and it be kind of a part of it. I guess I'll start with that. Okay, we can come back to that.
No, I can do it.
Got this.
I did, so I grew up in Campbell's Nutrition. I worked there on and off in high school and throughout my childhood, cashiering or doing whatever my mom asked. And as a family business, you all have to kind of pitch in. And then I went off on my own and got my own job around the world, went to college. And then I was working and it was like, this is okay, not really sure what I want to do. And I ended up coming back to Campbell's, and then I'm like, as soon as I got into Campbell's and was working full time, not in high school, not as a register, I was like, wow, this is what I was meant to do. I'm living the lifestyle. I use the products. I maintain a healthy lifestyle. So I realized that that's what I wanted to do, and then my mom was obviously very happy because now she has a partner in crime. But my whole family actually works there, so we're all invested in the business, and it's like our baby that we have to keep alive.
Well, I could go a lot of different angles with this, but I think you said it very well. When you have skin in the game, it feels different, and I will be very candid. MS Moments has been as much a lifesaver for me in my mental state, and kind of this transition of the corporate world and managing 16 people and the everyday go and defining my life by my job, to now defining my life by helping others and including myself. And again, it's for selfish reasons, and selfish sounds like a bad word in this case, but it's not. Sometimes we need that moment, that aha moment of what I should have been doing, and I was always, trying to get back to my community, always gave back, to United Way and attended of these types of events, and now here I am hosting them and trying to help others and educate them on how they can live their best life with, chronic disease. And so for me, I wish I would have been doing it before I needed to do it, but I will say that I watched a movie recently, and there was a statement in it that said, life is a conundrum, make art. And I can't draw a stick man to save my life, but the best art I've ever done, besides my son, of course, is MS Moments, and it's been a lifeline for me.
Okay, so for me, it's been a journey. It's been a lifelong journey. I lived in the overweight and obesity world for the first 57 years of my life. I accepted it. I worked in corporate America, fast-paced world. Always looking to move the number on the scale, you know what I mean, because that was just me. I was a long time WW member, had great success with it, you know, I had flaws with it, just always searching. And when I came upon this program that I coach today, it changed my life. And it changed my life because it was more than moving that number on the scale. I had lost 80 pounds in 7 months in 2010. The year before I lost 40, so I lost 120 pounds. So thank you. And it's not about so much the number on the scale. That was in 2010. So 9 years ago, what it gave me was the knowledge and the mindset and ownership of taking care of my body. I was always looking for that tool to take care of me versus taking care of my body. And then being diagnosed with MS, you know, was the icing on the cake. And it was like, okay, there's knowledge here for me to gain and apply to my life. Now I've done that. I feel really good about that. I now want to share this with others. But for selfish reasons, I became a health coach because I wanted to keep myself in check because I could never keep myself in check before. So I hold myself with high integrity to coach others because I've walked that journey, and it is a journey. It's a transformation journey. It's a lifelong journey, and I love the opportunity now because of my own experience being able to walk that journey with others.
Now, Brooke, you mentioned you rehabbed an ankle injury at Great Vibrations. So, and you're now a part of Great Vibrations. So this is something you must really believe in, right?
Right. It was amazing for me. I actually got a vibration plate because we have a sister facility in Omaha. And so my sister, who's involved in that, brought me a vibration plate when I broke my ankle. And my recovery was about half of what was expected. And when I went to see the person in DMOS, they were like, I don't know what you're doing, but this is amazing. And so I had that doctor come over and visit my vibration plate, and she had never seen one before, which I found interesting. So one of the things that came out of that is, how do we bring this technology to people who might benefit from it? And no matter what exercise level you're at, whether you're rehabbing, whether you're dealing with chronic disease, there's all sorts of research about how vibration plate deals with different illnesses or conditions. And so we try to match where we want to meet people where they are. The other thing we know, though, is that from my own experience, I use vibration plate training as a stress reliever. The one thing that I know more than anything is that the stress that my body is under because of the different careers I've had or family issues or whatever, I needed something to help me, and vibration plate training has also helped with that. So increase in bone density, all these things that I can point to personally that it's helped me, where I increase bone density, etc. But what I tell people is, when they come in and visit us, we offer 3 free sessions so people can try it, because I believe no place is the perfect fit for it. All I care about when you leave is that if you don't come back and see us, you go somewhere else. Because our bodies are meant to move. And our bodies are only as good as what you put into it and what you do with it. And so really encouraging people in general just to ask the questions that they need to ask. You know, if you don't feel like you can go it alone, which one of the things that happened when I broke my ankle was I was isolated, and that was an issue for me. And it caused depression, and it caused overeating, and it caused all these other kind of things that I'd never dealt with before, really. So having a place where you can go and have a community. And then also having people in your tribe that can help you. So if you know you're having some kind of issue, not necessarily always calling the doctor, but what can I do myself that will help me be better? So I think my own journey has really fueled my passion for helping other people. And I'm so amazed that in this day of information and constant content that people get, how much content people get that's not accurate, truthful, it can be manipulative. So helping people know how to ask the questions that get them the answers they need for themselves, rather than everyth's perfect for everybody, because that's not the case. You talk about your Diet Coke, you know.
Straight Coke, not that.
I'm sorry, straight Coke. But, so that's a different kind of issue than somebody who, you know, goes through the McDonald's drive-through every day, or drives 500 miles a week, or sits at the ballpark with their kids on the bleachers for hours at a time. How each one of those people needs a different prescription for healthy living. And all the people at this table can, you know, we're all able to provide information and opportunities and experiences that can enhance that.
Carrie, you mentioned earlier that MS Moments is helping with community families. I'm sure that comes with a price, and fundraising has to be key for you events. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. We have 9 events a year. And while that may not seem like many, or it may seem like a lot depending on who you are, that's a lot of work. And we're hoping to raise $100,000 this year. Last year we raised $80,000. This year we raised that up to $100,000. We have an event next Saturday in Grimes during Governor's Days, which is the town celebration in Grimes. You know, the fastest growing community in the state of Iowa at this point. Come and check it out. There's something for everyone. We've got a bags tournament held by us. We're hoping to raise $15,000 that day. And it's a full day. We'll have a silent auction that'll be held online as well, so we can get the link for that, and people can get onto our auction. But for us, you know, the day is really about a lot of family. We try to make all of our events family friendly, so $20 all you can ride rides for the kids, and you know, we have a little something for everyone, carnival bands that night, things like that. And so, but you can find that more information at www.msmomentsiowa.org. But we need people in Iowa to help us help people in Iowa more now than we ever have.
Money raised in Iowa stays right here in Iowa, right?
Money in Iowa stays right here in Iowa. Over 91 cents of every dollar we raise goes back to our community.
My last question, I want everyone to kind of chime in on this. Brooke mentioned earlier how important it is for everyone to work together. Saying they send people at Great Vibration Fitness to campus. So how important is it to have these resources and have these other people you can lean on and say, well, maybe I can't help you, but maybe Linda can. You know, vitamins and diet and health food. I want you to go see Gemma at Campbell's Nutrition. How important are those things to have people to lean on?
I'm going to chime in right away because I'm really passionate about this. I've learned outside of my world, of the corporate world, I've learned what I'm really good at, and it's been a lot of people giving me a lot of feedback, which is connecting people. And you know, I walked in, you know, Linda's saying, hey, you need to be talking to Brooke. I've got people that I know already that will love to go to her, and we've got families. We can, you know, we're all here. We need to share resources. I have people all the time asking me about what can I do. I don't eat vegetables. My 7-year-old doesn't eat vegetables, and my 46-year-old husband doesn't eat vegetables. You know, what do we do? How can I? And they're not going to do it. It's not going to change. So to have resources and to understand that we can connect each other, and that there are people right here in our community, most likely small businesses, that we are right here. You just have to get the word out. You gotta talk, you gotta communicate, and it's about communicating the right things to the right people. And again, it's kind of back to that, what you said earlier, we're not all gonna fit into the box. You know, I'm a circle, I don't fit into a square box. I know I don't. And we need to realize that sharing information, sharing knowledge, sharing each other's stories will get you to a place where we can, you know, harbor relationships. And I mean, we work really closely with the fitness worlds of the world that, you know, give us a great deal on family rates. And while they may not be able to give us a sponsorship of $5,000 a year, they may be able to say, hey, Carrie, we're gonna give you 3 sessions for free for every family that comes in here. Great, those are the kinds of things that help us, because we don't have to pay for those 3 sessions, and they get something out of it. And if they don't, we know that we can try them somewhere else. And so, you know, it's what I've learned today, just in this half an hour, is we've got people right here, and we need to understand and share that information.
Sure, I'll chime in on that. I'm a chamber member. I've been in chamber, I came out of corporate America, and it's powerful. Now, I hate the same old saying you hear all the time, but knowledge is powerful. It gives you, it's a big opportunity. When you have that knowledge, you can make informed decisions for yourself. When you get to know people, I love getting to know people and their businesses, because when I run across somebody that has a need for that type of business, I think about that, and I like connecting people. I was in Brooks's fitness center 6 months ago, and I thought immediately about Carrie, you know, because I have been with Carrie and her group. I have MS myself, and I know the value that what Brooks has to offer could be for somebody in that group, if not more. You know, it's about touching one person, not being able to make a difference in so many different lives, but the more you know about people and the more we get connected, we can help people grow in their lives. And just like Rick said, everybody's in a different place. You meet people where they want to be, but I'm telling you, resource is power. You know, resource and knowledge is power. So.
Did you want to add something?
Yeah,
You work with businesses as well, right?
Pardon?
You work with businesses as well,
Right,
corporations? Okay.
so I think the one thing, when we talk about community and when we talk about an Urbandale, you know, we're all talking from the Urbandale Chamber perspective, is so often, people are attracted to employment at a company that has an on-site gym or has, you know, a wellness plan or all these different things. And really, small businesses can have a wellness plan. Productivity and absenteeism is huge for small businesses, especially if it's not a sole proprietorship. You start to depend on those other employees, and if they're not healthy and able to perform their job for you, there's an issue. So what we try to do is help small businesses offer a wellness opportunity to their employees. You don't have to be 500 employees to have a wellness plan, especially if you just tell people. I mean, it can be as simple as having a list of places that if you go in and say, I work for so-and-so, I get a discount, or there's a frequent flyer card, or whatever it is. So often, small businesses feel kind of captive against larger businesses, and employees value any effort you make in investing in their personal wellness. So one of the things we're trying to do is encourage people to look at how you can bring in speakers and educate people, your employees, about how they take better care of our bodies. Because if we talk about a healthy initiative in the state of Iowa, that starts with each one of us. And if each one of us isn't educated or knowledgeable or knows where to find resources, we stay status quo. So perpetuating that and at Great Vibrations, we quite frequently end up doing research and finding other people, other places to augment kind of a more holistic approach. So people look at the whole picture, not just one part. But we love having people get moving, so.
If anyone wants more information about Great Vibrations, can you give us contact information, website, location?
Yep, greatvibrationsfitness.com. It's really easy, greatvibrationsfitness.com. We're on 100th Street in Urbandale. Locally, women-owned business. So we're very proud of that.
And we're gonna skip over to Emma because, I can't even think of the name right now.
Great Campbell.
Campbell's Nutrition, also owned by a female, right?
Yes.
Your mother.
Yes.
Okay, now, if people want more information or want to find one of the many locations, how do they do that?
You can go on campbellsnutrition.com. We have a website, we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page. We're all over social media, so it should be easy to find campbellsnutrition.com.
All right, Carrie, MS Moments, how do people learn more information or learn about one of the many fundraising events you have coming up?
Yep, msmomentsiowa.org is there. You can volunteer, donate, and you can register for any of our events. And we would love to have any, if you love someone in Iowa who lives with MS, I really feel like we're resonating with our community, and we would love to try to help them.
All right, Linda, your contact information.
Contact information is lindafranker.optavia.com. And also, you can find me on Facebook as Believe You Can. Email address is linda.franker@gmail.com. Love to talk to people about who they want to be with us.
Brooke Van School, Linda Franklin, Carrie Anderson, and Emma Lahadi. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Lucas.
You've been watching Marcus McIntosh YouTube show. We want to also thank the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce for hosting our conversation.